Well, that being said, Nick, let's I kind of want to talk about we don't talk about a ton, but I kind of want to talk about the Switch too. I mean, it's January. Nintendo was quiet today for some reason. I mean,
We're in
what's going on?
2024. Yeah,
Um,
they were quiet.
but I do feel like I mean the Switch there. I mean, if you follow any YouTuber, there's just a million YouTube rumors, Switch 2 rumors, and all
Someone
that
on
stuff.
4chan said that their uncle knows somebody who works at Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah. These four developers came out and said that they are excited to work on the Switch 2.
It's like, no
Uh,
shit.
it's like, well, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I feel like the hype is starting to. I mean, we obviously knew that we weren't getting any Switch 2 news in 2023, but now that we are in 2024, I mean, it really does feel like at any point Nintendo could be like, all right, here's the date that we're going to reveal it. Whether that's
Mhm.
a January event that people have been speculating about, or maybe more February when their usual direct is. Um, where are you at on? Do you think we're getting a Switch 2 announcement early this year, or do you think we're gonna get it a little bit later for more of a holiday release? What's your kind of thoughts on that?
I think it'll be earlier now that we kind of know what their lineup is. Like they have the Peach Showtime game, Thousand Year Door, which seems to be coming sooner than later since
The
it's
Peach
already
game
been
is the end
rated.
of March, isn't it?
Yeah,
But the Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion do not have release dates, right?
no,
Okay.
I think Luigi Mansion was summer,
Okay.
but yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
So I think since they don't have anything slated for, and I caveat this because Nintendo doesn't really release their like schedule for the back half of the year in January
No, they
or
don't.
before that, but
Yeah.
it just seems like there's a really big gap this year. And I could see them like revealing it like the Switch 2 sometime in January or February and then releasing it, maybe not in the holiday season, but leading up to it, maybe
Yeah.
in August or September. That way they can, have those initial sales from the day one buyers like you and me, and then, for for all the other people who, maybe want it for Christmas or something like that, they can get them on the second wave.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be as early, like releasing as early as the Switch did, where it, released in March. I would say the earliest it would be maybe May, but
Yeah,
but
May
even
seems
then,
like a good time.
yeah,
I
like
mean, obviously, if they release it in March, I mean,
that'd be great.
that'd be great. I mean, the earlier the better. But yeah, and I feel like we usually at this point in time we usually know a lot more stuff that's coming, or we have like concrete dates, right? Because last year, I mean, we knew about Bayonetta, we knew about Fire Emblem, we knew about Tears of the Kingdom, and then I think we knew about when Pikmin was coming out, as well.
We just knew it was 2023,
Yeah,
and then Kirby and the Forgotten Land. We knew about that one as well. I think that
yeah,
was like March though, or February.
of last year.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, we knew, and yeah, and then yeah. So I feel like we knew a lot of more stuff that's coming out, but so I feel like that's more of a sign that the Switch 2 is getting announced pretty soon.
Yeah, and the only TBD game is Prime 4
Yeah, like where,
still.
yeah. So do you think that's going to be a cross?
I think so at
'Cause,
this
I mean,
point.
there's no way that they would say that it's coming to the Switch and then it literally skips the entire generation and doesn't come out until the Switch 2.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't just wanna release it on the Switch because it's kinda like you're sitting it out to die if
Yeah.
you're sitting it out, a month or 2 before the Switch 2 launches.
Yeah, because I mean, Prime 4. I mean, that could be. I mean, that could be like a showcase kind of game for like what the
Mhm.
Switches can do
Yeah.
power wise. But it's also like, do you do a crossplay or do you just release it on the Switch too and have like maybe a couple of other games for launch and then that'll like maybe boost Prime 4 up a little bit because like
Yeah.
Metroid obviously is not a huge
Not
seller,
a huge franchise.
so I don't know if I mean, I feel like it would. I mean, it would get more. Like, I guess it would get more sales if it was on both platforms, because not everyone's going to upgrade or can't even upgrade. Just if they have like a limited stock, which I assume they will.
Yeah, but then, like, are they acting in bad faith by not putting it on the Switch when
Right.
they announced it for the Switch?
Yeah.
That's that's I mean, that's the question. So I think it'll come out on both, and if it's not like a day and date dual release, maybe it comes on the Switch 2 months before the Switch 2 launches, and then it has some sort of upgrade, like a free upgrade on the Switch 2 or something like that,
Yeah.
like some sort of visual or
Performance or something.
fidelity, yeah, performance upgrade.
Okay. Yeah, I think Prime 4 is going to be the next $70 game.
You think so? You think that's gonna be $70?
I think so. That's my guess.
I don't know. I just can't see that having like the scope of Tears of the Kingdom, like
Uh,
enough scope to.
reports say that it's going to be like a pretty large open world. Um, so I mean, it could have a really large. Who knows? I mean, we'll see when it happens. But
Yeah,
yeah, just when does it happen? When are we getting Prime 2 and 3? What do those look like? Are they just going to be just kind of remasters and not like a? I wouldn't say that Metro Prime's a remake, but
it's closer to a remake than a.
yeah, is it going to have the same treatment as Prime 1 did, or is it going to be less of a just a kind of a standard port?
I don't know. I'm so unsure about those.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I thought we'd have them by now,
Yeah, and
to
that's
be
the thing with
honest.
Nintendo is like, I mean, Jeff Grubb's been talking about he talked about Metroid Prime for forever, and same with like Tears of the King or Twilight
But
Princess and Wind Waker. It's like Nintendo is kind of notorious for just holding on to stuff and just strategically releasing them whenever. I mean, they obviously have some sort of strategy, but they kind of just release them whenever they're ready to just let them go. But
I mean, same for Fire Emblem
yeah,
Engaged. Like that was that
yeah,
was
that was one that was
leaked, yeah, like a year before it launched.
yeah.
Yeah, they're weird. They must be doing well where they can just sit on a game.
Well, I mean, you look at Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, in Better 4, but that game was done in 2022, and they just spent a year just polishing up glitches
Optimizing them.
and stuff like that, which is great. I mean, who knows how that would have ran if they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Nintendo's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, they could announce something tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're
So
strange.
are people saying that there's gonna be a direct in January? Or are they saying the
I,
Switch 2 reveal
I think people are
is
saying
January?
more of like a Switch 2 reveal.
Okay.
Like either it's gonna be like how it was in 2016, where they give you like a brief glimpse of it and then say, "Hey, stay tuned for next month at the February Direct for a proper reveal and release date and all that
Mhm.
stuff." Um, so I don't know. I mean, these are all just reports of and it's really just all speculation. But um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's yeah,
I'm excited for it though.
Nintendo's funny, but yeah, and exactly like it's a hardware year. We don't get that very often. It's not as exciting when when there's like PlayStation Pro talks or like an Xbox Slim talks for this year. It's like that's cool and all, but this is new hardware and this is Nintendo.
And honestly, like, yeah, the Series X and PS5 launch, they were exciting, but yeah, for the Series X, like,
There was nothing to
still
play,
playing the same
nothing
games I was playing
new.
on the one.
Yeah,
And for the PS5, they had I think they had Demon Souls and,
Demon Souls, Spider Man, if you
yeah, Miles
want to play on
Morales,
that.
but, still, like, wasn't super exciting, whereas, like, with the Switch 2, I feel like it's gonna be a different story.
Yeah, it's gonna be all new stuff. I mean, we could be getting a new 3D Mario, which is really cool.
Mhm.
Maybe Metro Prime 4 launch. Who knows if they have that at launch or not. Um, there's rumors of the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah,
So
and the
I think we'll
new
get something Zelda next year. Um, they typically have always had something some sort of Zelda game. Um, so yeah, well,
Yeah, pretty much every year.
yeah, because last year was no. Did we get
Well,
anything last year? When
20
when did when did
2023 years.
when did Skyward Sword come out? Was that 2021?
Uh, yeah, that was 2021.
Okay, so we didn't get anything Zelda last year.
No,
Okay,
nothing in 2022.
yeah.
2 years ago,
Oh yeah,
bro.
that's right. 2 years ago. My bad. um, yeah, I think I think we'll get something Zelda related, whether it's a I would prefer a new top down 2D game or something like that, but
Mhm.
I think we'll get some sort of remake or port or something like that. So,
Yeah.
and then last about the Switch, Nick, how what do you want? What are you expecting out of the Switch 2? Assuming it's Switch 2.
Honestly, I think if I mean, obviously more powerful,
Yeah,
um, same OLED screen would be fine. But, if they just make the Joy-Cons a little bit more comfortable,
yeah, I think so.
that would be a huge improvement. Like, I don't need them to do anything crazy. I just want a more powerful version. I think, this thing right here, pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
Like, this could be, like, what Nintendo chooses to do for the rest of their existence,
yeah. I mean,
and I
because
think they choose a good path with that.
yeah, because yeah, I mean the Joy Cons is the only thing I could think of maybe because it's pretty uncomfortable to hold when you've been playing for a while. Like you need
Mhm.
a grip, um, for it to be actually comfortable. Um, I mean, there's all the mock-ups and stuff too of like all the the fans generating their own stuff. But do you think there's any sort of like clamshell design or anything like that? A second
No.
screen kind of thing? Because I feel like that would just be too hard to like manipulate into the dock. Because assuming we're going to be using a dock as well.
Yeah, I don't think there will be any second screen, clamshell design, anything like that.
Yeah,
Like, at most, I think they would have, like, a magnetized Joy-Cons,
yeah, yeah. That'd be cool.
um, but even that, like, I don't really know what the use case would be for having that versus just, like, the ridges that they slide into because those work pretty well.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, I just think all of the upgrades could come internally, with the power, fidelity, uh, you know, something as simple as adding themes, that kind of stuff, even though I don't
Themes.
care
I
about
would
themes,
like
but
a an actual eShop that's embedded into the OS and not just like a browser eShop.
yeah, that too.
That
Maybe
would be
some
nice.
maybe some moderation on the eShop.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to the recent releases, it's just a bunch of shovelware
Yeah,
crap.
it's all crap, unmonitored crap, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't yeah, I think the form factor of the Switch is pretty perfect. Like I don't even necessarily need a bigger screen
Mm-mm.
for
Yeah, because the OLED's
the OLED's
pretty
perfect, I
big.
think.
Yeah, big enough.
Yeah, do you think they change anything about the dock at all? The only thing I don't know about the form factor of the dock, like if it's going to be the same kind of you just stick it in and the screen's blocked. They could downsize that and just have like a stand you put it on and it just connects and it's totally fine. Um, I would like maybe because there's other companies that do this where you can put in multiple cartridges and have them kind of fired up and ready to
Yeah,
go. There are companies that do that. So it's there if if you've got to go third party, but it would be nice to have that
kind of built in.
built in. But obviously that's for people that buy a lot of physical, which I think I buy more physical than you do. But
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, let's see, the OLED dock has, like, the plug-in for Ethernet. Um, I don't know how much I would want them to change about the form factor because, like, it's pretty good for what it is. It's a little hard if you're placing your dock inside of a cabinet just to
yeah,
kind of get the switch in and out of that. I'm trying to think of a way to, like, not have to go in over the top to do it, but,
yeah,
I mean, outside of that, like, the my experience with the dock has been pretty good,
Yeah, it just
and
kind of
I don't really know
sits
what they
sits
would.
around.
Yeah, yeah, it's around. Um, yeah, like, I don't know if they would get rid of it completely because that would kind of remove the kind of like the aesthetic of the Switch
Yeah,
dock itself, and the just the kind of the marketing point of like physically removing it from an object is
yeah,
kind of a cool selling point
it is. Yeah, I think
rather than just plugging it into a
yeah. I
some
mean,
sort
I
of
think they'll definitely
plug.
have some sort of dock,
Just
regardless.
whether or not it's,
Yeah, the same kind of thing.
yeah.
Um, and then I guess last question for the Switch, Nick. Do you think there's going to be different versions of it? Do you think there's going to be like a light at launch that doesn't dock or has the capability of docking, or do you think that's something that would come down the line like they did?
I think they would just have it at launch
Okay.
or just sell it without the dock and have the ability to purchase the dock separately because
Yeah.
otherwise, like, everyone's gonna know what's coming in 2 years. They're gonna
Yeah.
know, "Oh, obviously, they're gonna release a light version. Why not just
Yeah, I wonder.
do that
I
up front?"
wonder if the next, if it's another Switch and the next iteration of Switch. I wonder, because my thinking was maybe they would sell two versions, like maybe one for like 400, one for 350. One's got the whole bundle, and then one's without the dock because maybe the current dock is compatible with the new Switch
Mhm.
potentially. Um,
Yeah.
but they may just leave that stuff behind because I mean, like the Wii U, the Wii, like everything was compatible with each other. So, um, who know, I don't know if they're necessarily going to leave behind the old platform and not have. I don't necessarily need the new stuff, like the new controllers and stuff, to work because if they're going to change this up, it just probably just can't work. But yeah, I wonder if the actual unit itself could be backwards compatible with the old dock.
Yeah.
Curious.
I bet it could. I
Cool.
mean, yeah, I bet it could if it's all USB-C, which I'm sure it will be.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure.